What's poppin', world? I hope all is well. Thanks for tuning in. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe. If at any moment during this video you like what you're hearing, go ahead and hit that like button. If you got something to say, drop it in the comments section. It's your boy Speech the Beast. And today we're going to watch this clip of this young lady saying that she is very cautious the types of men who she's going to be around because she does not want to have any children, let's just say out of wedlock, right? Let's watch this clip and I'm gonna break this all the way down.
So I'm dating, and what I noticed about the place where I'm dating, all of these men are dating. And what I noticed about the place where I'm dating, all of these men are saying they want kids. And I find it so baffling because there's so many women left alone with babies. There's so many broken homes, and these women are all saying the same things. They're saying that this man wanted the baby, or this man was excited when I got pregnant, and then when the shit started getting real, he started acting funny. He stopped coming home. I had to leave him, and all this and that. And he wanted this child, or he was excited about this child. And they all can't be lying because everybody's story is very fucking similar. So I find it so baffling how men are telling me, a single woman with no kids, that they want kids so fucking bad. And I feel like that is the same thing that happened to the women that were left with kids. This man with these niggas acting like they wanted a baby, talking about they want a family, and then switched up when shit got real. And so now, as a woman who's dating, a single woman who's dating with no children, I take it as a personal attack when a motherfucker tell me they want to have kids with me. Because men know that having a baby, a woman having a baby can slow her down. They know it's going to change.
So hold on, let's slow some of this down, right? So she's saying that there has been a lot of situations where men have told women that they want a baby, right? They want this, they want that. And once that woman has that child, the guy disappears, right? And she's saying that this happens often. Now, she's not lying about that particular thing happening often, but there are three sides to the story, right? His side, her side, and the truth. And the thing about it is, a lot of times you have to decipher whose idea it was. There are some women that trap men, right? So this goes both ways. You can't paint this with a broad brush. Let me just put it like that. However, I do think women should be cautious when choosing to lay down and have sex, have unprotected sex, allow a guy to ejaculate in her, so on and so forth. Right. She should be careful, right? A woman should be very selective. In fact, the best way to do this, right, is within a marriage. And we'll get to all of that part later. But in a general sense, of course, women should be careful with that. But should she be offended when a guy says he wants her to have his baby? Nah, she shouldn't be offended. That's a plus. The main thing when it comes to that is she's got to watch the company she keeps. So, in order for a guy to say, hey, I want you to have my baby, he must be really, really comfortable around you, right? He must be really, really comfortable with you to where he's making these types of statements. Is one or two things, right? Either he's super comfortable with you or he doesn't respect you, right? Right? It's one or two things, right? If he's comfortable with you, that's perfectly normal. If you guys have been seeing each other for a while, more than likely you guys are probably being intimate. There are some qualities that he sees in you as a mother and possibly as a mate, hopefully as a mate, right? And the other side of that, me saying that he doesn't respect you, that's basically the side of it where he will put that baby in you because he wants somebody to have his child, somebody to have his seed, somebody to carry on his legacy. And yes, he may be willing to dip out. Him saying that is probably him saying that you guys are probably not in a state of a relationship or a marriage. So that's the part where I would say he lacks respect because he's throwing that out there and you guys aren't really like that, right? He's just expecting you to do some absurd thing for him, right? Let's keep going. I'm gonna let her finish up, then I'm gonna finish up.
her self-esteem. She's gonna have to build her self-esteem back up. She's gonna have to get back used to this new body. She's gonna have to get used to following her dreams and also be a mother. Like, men know what pregnancy does to women, and they use it as retaliation. Not a lot of people talk about. Everybody talk about how women use baby to trap men, but men use babies to trap beautiful women, successful women all the time, to humble women all the time.
All right, guys. So you saw that, you heard that. So in that last part, she's saying that men know what a pregnancy does to a woman, right? Ladies and gentlemen, let me say this. Men don't care about that. We ain't too worried about that. You know, you had a baby, you know, if you gain weight, whatever the case is, work out, get the weight off of you, do whatever it is you got to do. We ain't worried about that part of it. Oh, she gained weight, da da da. Now, as far as the career and all of that, I'm gonna be honest with you. A lot of guys, if their mind is on getting a woman pregnant, they ain't too worried about that either. And I'm not saying that that part of it is not important. I'm not saying that. But a lot of guys who impregnate women are going, we ain't worried about that. We hoping you maybe get some leave from your job, some time off, whatever the case may be. Our mind is set on our legacy. I'm gonna just keep it 100. Our mind is set on our legacy, and in most of our minds, we're thinking that is what God put you here for. Not only, but that is a big reason as to why God put you here for. So we ain't too worried about that. Um, as far as this trapping the beautiful women, slowing them down, all this stuff. Some guys are on that. I'm not gonna lie. Some guys are on that. They're like, yeah, it's a beautiful woman, it's a quality woman. I want to trap her. I want to put this baby in her so I can be bonded to her pretty much for the rest of my life, right? Some guys think that way. I'm not gonna lie. Is it the right way to think? No. If you impregnate someone, you need to be ready to spend your life with them, the rest of your life with them, the right way. Let me say it like that. And that is in a union, that is together, that is in oneness. If you put a baby in them, you should be ready for that. Now, of course, in many cases, things don't work out that way. But what I'm saying is initially, that should be the game plan. It should be. It should be the game plan, right? So, it is what it is. But as far as her being offended, wanting to run, whenever a guy says that he wants her to have his baby, nah, you ain't got to run. You ain't got to be offended. Just be mindful with the company you keep. Only deal with guys uh, uh, who you see yourself spending the rest of your life with. Only spend your time with them on that level to where they're comfortable telling you that they want you to have their baby. You shouldn't be around no losers, no lame-os and all of this, and they feel this close to you to where they can say that. Now, if you got guys around you who you don't see value in or you don't see a long-term relationship with, don't get, and they say that, yeah, cut them off because now they tripping and you never know what they're going to try. Now they tripping and you don't know what they're gonna try. So yeah, keep them far away. If they talking to you like that and y'all ain't even like that and you don't see no value in them like that, yeah, push those guys away. But in a general sense, nah, that's how a lot of men. Uh, it's almost like another way of telling a woman you love them, right? It's almost like that. That's another way of a man expressing his love, him letting you know that he wants you to have his baby. I'm just call it for what it is. It's almost another way of saying that. So don't be offended. Just guard yourself, right? The Bible says guard your hearts. Guard yourself. If somebody talking like that and you don't really see them like that. That's all. But it's all cool, Just be careful with the company you keep. But overall though, on the real, on the video, I'm not mad at what she's saying in a general sense. Women do have to protect themselves. They have to be mindful. They have to be careful with who they have a baby with. So her saying that, I get it. There are a lot of guys out here who are knuckleheads who gonna hit it, quit it, get up out of there, leave you with a baby, or leave you with some kids, and you're gonna be left alone raising them kids by yourself. So I'm not mad at her overall stance. I'm not mad at her overall stance. Shout out to her. More women do need to be more selective with who they do lay down and have unprotected sex with. They do have to be more mindful of that because you don't want to get stuck with somebody who you don't really see yourself spending the rest of your life with. Now, on that marriage piece, this should be done in a marriage. But let me say this too. Here's the thing about that. If you're not married, I'm going to let you know this. Marriage is a godly institution. Marriage is a religious institution. If you do not follow God, if you are not within a religion, if you don't subscribe to any of that, if you're just out here, if you're a secular person, just a person of the world, I do not think it will be wise for you to get married. If you are a secular person and you are just out here of the world and you don't subscribe to religion or anything like that, you should not. You should not. I don't think it will be wise for you to get married. Because a lot of times when people play by their own rules and they do what they want to do in XYZ, marriages fail, right? Marriages fail when people go outside of those religious lines in regards to the order within the marriage. When you go outside of that Bible and start playing by your own rules, marriages tend to fail more often. Now, this doesn't mean that church people don't get divorced. That's not what I'm saying. Let's be clear. I'm not saying that people within the church uh, don't get married, because you can very much so be in the church and praying and doing stuff like that and always step outside those biblical guidelines. I say it again, you can be within the church and always step outside those biblical guidelines. So when I say this, I'm talking about people who honor the scriptures that speak about marriage and the relationship between a man and a woman, and they follow those and they honor the hierarchy within the marriage. That's what I'm speaking about. Now, people who play by their own rules, yeah, they still in the church, they do this, but they play by their own rules. They still listening to friends. They doing what they want to do. They living like that. That's not what I'm talking about. Marriage is a religious institution. Marriage is a godly institution. If you're not of that, if you don't subscribe to any of that, I don't advise for you to get married. That's what I got to say about marriage. But anyway, great video. Ladies, be careful out here, fellas. Y'all be careful too. You know, bond, become one, then have them kids. But I appreciate y'all for watching. Like the video, share the video. Let me know what you think in the comments. I might be way off on this. And remember this, keep God first. Subscribe to the channel. Subscribe. We're growing fast. Come on, y'all. Be a part of this team. I love you all. Be blessed.